Hello, welcome back to my leadership podcast. This is episode 4, and I am Valeria Armenta. And today I will be talking about these new leadership concepts I've been learning these past few weeks since I last saw you, and how I've been applying them to my projects at school, my teams, and also the new role I recently applied and got as a social media marketing coordinator for a roofing company. Over the past weeks, since I last saw you, I really have seen how leadership is not just about being in charge, but about being supportive, authentic, and being able to adapt. So I will be talking about those key points that I found interesting and been applying, and how they relate to my teams and my new job. So one of the biggest concepts that I will be talking about and that I have learned recently was authentic leadership, being real and being trustworthy. So in my group projects, I really focused on this because we had a really important project for our social media marketing class. We had to deliver our project proposal for our nonprofit, and we had to present this to the class and to our professor. And this project was really big and important, and it was during the week of spring break that we had to, get it all done, and we had limited time to practice, to meet. And what I did as a member and as a leader, I was honest with my team. I was honest that we all were going to kind of be busy for spring break, and that the importance of being aware that if we did not meet before the break, that it would have been a lot trickier to get everyone on board and to meet on Teams, because there was a lot of members traveling and doing things. And so before spring break, after our last meeting, I did bring it up. I was like, I genuinely think that the best option for us is to meet right before spring break, get the most we can done, even push ourselves to complete it and to give it a practice round, because right after spring break we present. And so I think being my genuine self right there, being self-aware of the reality of being in college and spring break, we kind of relax and kind of want to forget school for a week, kind of set the tone. And everyone was like, you're right, I think, let's be honest, let's be real. And actually it worked out perfectly. I think we all were like, you know what, perfect. It might be, we're tired, and I think everyone was already ready to go on break, but we got it done. We got to meet, and we got to finish our presentation, and we got to even practice. And so then we went on break. We had a great spring break, and then we came back, and there was no we didn't feel overwhelmed. We didn't feel pressured to get it done that week, those few days before the presentation. And so, I don't know, I think that was a form of authenticity, of not faking it and just being honest. Like, stuff like that happens, and we all can sometimes, it's just, a natural feeling to push things when during spring break comes around. So yeah, I just, that was one little thing that I noticed and wanted to bring up. And then second, for my new social media coordinator job, I went on my interview, and in this interview, I talked about like what I've learned, what I can do, what I can bring to the table. The boss who hired me spoke that he, what he wishes for his brand and for his content. And I totally agreed with him. And I also let him know like what I've been learning these past few months in my classes, especially my leadership class, and the importance of being real and being relatable is better than the overly sales focused brand. And so I brought that up to him, and how I've learned that people engage more when they feel like the brand is genuine and transparent. And he really liked that idea, that perspective. And yeah, I told him that I had a few ideas in mind for that. Just making he already has content out there, and I think his main goal was he wanted something new, something fresh, something that worked. And from the things I have learned recently, and the strategies and all the information, that just basically what I have learned, it's the importance of just being a genuine, transparent brand, and how I gave him a few ideas on how we can bring that to the table, how we can bring it to life. Just being genuine, a genuine brand, providing genuine reviews from his past clients, and being transparent on his brand, his business. So another concept that I've been applying is the servant leadership, which focuses on putting followers and their needs first to help them grow. And so for my new job as a social media coordinator for the roofing company, I've been applying this concept in a different way. Instead of just thinking of what the company wants to post, I thought that it would be a good idea to focus on what the audience actually needs. Because a lot of these customers don't know what is wrong with their roofs, or what they need replaced with their roofs, or what happens to their roofs. So just like focusing on creating content that educates them on those things and helps them. Just not just posting content that promotes our services in our company, but also just is helping them at the same time. It's helping educate these customers, educate anyone that stumbles upon the content on just roofing and damages. I also think about how I can provide support to the team internally. Since I am managing the social media content, I want to create content that showcases and shows the team and the employees' work. I want to create content that is showing the before and after transformations of these roofing projects, and any past work or any current work. I want to create that and show that in our content and our social media platforms, because this not only promotes the business, but it's also making the team feel recognized and valued. But yeah, overall, I've learned that in this new marketing role, leadership is about creating a value for others and helping both the team and the customers succeed. And lastly, the last concept is adaptive leadership, which is handling change and challenges, and about helping people deal with solving these problems that sometimes don't have clear answers. With my group projects, not a lot of these problems had clear solutions that we were dealing with. So for example, sometimes some of the team members had different ideas to bring to the table. And so instead of trying to control the situation and fix everything, I learned to step back and understand the situation, and just let the group work through it together, and let everyone put in their individual input and go from there. Overall, just being adaptive and learning to step back when needed. And at my new job, I've already seen adaptive challenges. Since social media is constantly changing, and there is not always a clear strategy that works every single time, I've been having to experiment with these content ideas. I've been trying to learn what performs well, what doesn't, and just keeping track of these results, because sometimes you might, create something and you think it's going to be good, but it just does not get the most engagement. I've just been trying to navigate and be adaptive to what actually does drive this engagement, what gets people clicking, what gets people's attention, and being flexible, being creative, and being open to learning what works, in this industry and this roofing business, because social media can, be tricky and is constantly changing. So I think just being able to handle all these challenges is what I've been dealing with, and applying my adaptive leadership has very much helped. So yeah. And yeah, applying these 3 leadership concepts, I've adapted and learned a few new skills like better communication, adaptability, leadership confidence, and empathy. And all these skills have helped me in school and in my new work environment. So overall, these past few weeks, these 3 main leadership concepts have shown me that it's not about having all the right answers, but guiding others and being genuine and adapting to change. Whether I'm working in my group projects at school or managing this social media platform, these leadership concepts have helped me grow and become more effective in both of these settings. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for listening to my episode 4 of my leadership podcast, and I will see you on my next episode. Thank you.